Happy holidays, everybody, and Tony here with my very slight defense of a Power Rangers holiday special that has been maligned by many a Power Rangers fan because of how overly sentimental, sugary, sweet, syrupy, and saccharine it was. I'm, of course, referring to the ever infamous Alpha's Magical Christmas, which was released direct to video on October 19, 1994. This was directed by Jon Stewart, it was written by Cheryl Saban, and the songs included in this holiday special were Deck the Halls, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Oh Christmas Tree, and Silent Night. Now here's something I seem to notice about the Saban-era Power Rangers holiday specials. None of them seem to catch a break. From the entertaining yet utterly underwhelming I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3, to the utter disappointment that was A Season to Remember from Power Rangers Zeo, to the first time the Power Rangers franchise dipped their toes into holiday specials, yet the results came out rather sickly sweet in Alpha's Magical Christmas. From what I've been reading in terms of criticisms and reviews of this holiday special, many people seem to find fault with this because of how overly sentimental, sickly sweet, and just how annoyingly saccharine it was, especially with Alpha 5 inviting a whole bunch of children to his little Christmas party and then partaking in making Christmas cookies, giving gifts, and singing a whole bunch of Christmas carols. And it also had the dubious honor of straying away from continuity, especially when we see Tommy Oliver decked in his Green Ranger outfit rather than his new White Ranger outfit, considering that it was no longer Jason, Zach, and Trini present there, thanks to Austin St. John, Walter Manuel Jones, and Thuy Trong walking out on the set because they demanded fair pay, but instead there was Rocky, played by Steve Cardenas, Adam, played by Johnny Young Bosch, and Aisha, played by Karen Ashley, at least from the viewing globe. The only Power Rangers that showed up at the very end, aside from Tommy, played by Jason David Frank, were Billy, played by David Yost, and Kimberly, played by Amy Jo Johnson. Plot-wise, if you can call it that, the Power Rangers had to help Santa deliver gifts, which is why Alpha is the only one at the command center. And for what little plot there is in Alpha's Magical Christmas, at least it was still quite fun seeing Alpha decorate the command center with Christmas decorations and feeling very excited for the holidays. And yes, there was also the dubious move from Zordon in terms of transporting various children from around the world to the command center from their homes in order to celebrate the holidays with Alpha, but I kind of digress. It was still kind of fun seeing Alpha communicate with all the children, although the whole dubious move that Zordon made by transporting children from their homes to the command center without their consent leaves a lot to be desired. And speaking of the children, there were times that their acting was kind of all over the place. For the most part, the kid actors seemed to be really inconsistent with their acting. Sometimes they might seem wooden, sometimes they might seem slightly over the top, and at other times they were just there. But at least they seemed to have fun with Alpha in terms of the Christmas cookies that they were making, the Christmas decorations that they were helping him out with, as well as all the fun carols that they ended up singing together. And the song selection isn't half bad either, if only Alpha's Magical Christmas were more of a sing-along video instead of a direct-to-video holiday special. They would have ended up competing toe-to-toe with the likes of We Sing and the Disney Sing-Along Songs franchise. It may have been fun for younger viewers at home to sing along with Alpha and the children to the Christmas songs that they were singing, but I totally digress. I still think that it would have made for a much better sing-along video than an actual holiday special, which it really was. And yes, it is sugary sweet. Yes, it is overly sentimental. Yes, I was also just as annoyed as any other Power Rangers fan. There was only three Power Rangers that showed up, and the other three, such as Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, making a cameo at the viewing globe. And we don't even get to hear from Jason, Zach, and Trini, all because of what happened to Austin St. John, Walter Manuel Jones, and Tui Trang. But at least the pleasure of having Tommy, Billy, and Kimberly at the command center is at least they were able to join along the fun for one last time with Alpha after he was having his holiday fun with all the kids from around the world. As I mentioned before, the holiday song selection is actually quite decent and fun to listen to if you could get used to Richard Stephen Horvitz's singing voice as well as the children's singing voice. The only singing voice that I do like from Alpha's Magical Christmas was none other than Amy Jo Johnson's singing voice. She actually had the best singing voice out of all the cast members. And even though Jason David Frank was not a singer in of himself, at least he tried. But it was Amy Jo Johnson who pretty much carried the whole entire thing, at least in the very end, with everything that she's got. Other than that, it was also quite head scratching seeing Tommy in his green Dragon Zord Ranger outfit rather than his new white Tiger Zord Ranger outfit, which also caused a lot of contention with the continuity because it was no longer Jason, Trini, and Zach that were featured there, but the new recruits in Rocky, Aisha, and Adam. So it would have made a lot more sense if Tommy entered with his white Tiger Zord Ranger outfit. But I suppose the green Dragon Zord Ranger outfit was intended more for marketing purposes because kids at the time seemed to gravitate towards Tommy's original Green Ranger outfit far more than the new White Ranger outfit. I mean, what more can you expect? The Green Dragon Zord Ranger outfit was a lot cooler, and how he was introduced in Green with Evil was absolutely fascinating, and it really caught a lot of Power Rangers fans' attention. So there is some type of marketing plan going on, which is why I believe Tommy was seen in his Green Dragon Zord Ranger outfit rather than his new White Ranger outfit. And yes, the production values weren't really that great, especially with some reused footages, such as a little girl named Susie saying yay whenever she gets excited or whenever something joyous comes about. And it's kind of clear to see that they were working on a very tight and very low budget, which should come off as no surprise because Saban is quite infamous for being really cheap in its production values, especially during its Mighty Morphin Power Ranger years. Nevertheless, Alpha's Magical Christmas was still a lot of fun despite the many issues and problems that it has in terms of continuity, in terms of its saccharine tone, and in terms of just how overly cheap the production values were. If you have children ranging from their preschool years to kindergarten years, they might enjoy it because of just how fun it is. Other Power Rangers fans who are looking for action, thrills, adventure, and excitement may as well look elsewhere. And if you want a smidge of that, I could recommend I'm Dreaming of a White Ranger with a lot of caution because of the disappointment you might end up receiving at the climax. Overall, yes, Alpha's Magical Christmas was a syrupy and sugary mess full of overly sentimental dribble, but at the same time, it was oddly charming. At least it was not mean-spirited, at least it didn't seem to talk down to its viewers, and it managed to do one thing: have a lot of fun, enjoy itself, and just have a fun ride with anybody who ended up watching it. Whether you really liked it or not, you definitely have to give Alpha's Magical Christmas for at least having some heart, because that is what it had. It ultimately had heart for its viewers, and it managed to bring in a good amount of cheer for anybody watching. And for those of you who caught Alpha's Magical Christmas, what'd you think of it? Did you enjoy it ever since you were younger and still enjoy it to this day as an adult? Did you used to enjoy it when you were younger, but now no longer enjoy it as much? Or did you feel like it was nothing more than overly sentimental dribble? Comment below and let me know because I would love to hear your thoughts on Alpha's Magical Christmas too. Well, that's it for my very slight defense of Alpha's Magical Christmas. It was still really fun, but I am not going to go easy on it in terms of how overly saccharine it was, as well as how much it kind of messed up with its continuity. At least it was enjoyable, and at least it knew how to have fun. Tune in much later where I talk about the VR Troopers Christmas special, Santa's Secret Trooper. So until then, happy holidays everybody, and may the power protect you.